Good evening, everybody. Welcome into the reaction, and a very positive reaction I think we're about to have as well after that 3-0 win versus Viktoria Plzen, Czech team. And for Gallen and for Charles, you can be putting waiting in from 1/4 all you want. We don't go till 10-2. We went at 9-2, but you're still waiting. He's still waiting at 9:51. He's still waiting. Anyway, alongside me tonight are the two guys that just did the watch along. So I'll go down to Fergie first because I don't think I've been on with Fergie myself yet. So, evening, Fergie. How are we doing after the debut?
Pleasure to cyber meet you. That was good. It wasn't what I expected, if I'm honest. Pleasantly surprised by the team selection, performance, result. So let's take it. Let's be happy.
Oh, bear with me. Scott, you know that it's Martin's fault. He's not even on it, but it's still his fault. He's not had anything to do with it, but it's still his fault. So I'll take it up with him tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. And the watch along king on every watch along we ever do, whether it be 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7:45, 11 o'clock, midnight till 3 in the morning, whatever it is, Alex is always there. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I love that wee title, but I'll take it. The watch along king, that's me, mate. Can't miss a watch along, but so buzzing actually to sit on a reaction pod and go, what a performance, because how many times have we sat here, Dougal, last season going, oh, same old, and same old, boring, but no, absolutely buzzing to sit here with you pair and talk about this performance, because it was actually an enjoyable watch for a change, rather than having to eke out a win. It was very enjoyable to see us go forward.
It was a little bit of housekeeping just to start it off. Alan, saying he's a new member. I'm assuming he's already a member. He's just upgraded his membership. I will go and check that out in a second when I get one of the guys to talk, because I know how to do that now. But yeah, so thank you very much for that one, and welcome it back in or upgrading. Thank you very much. Cover all bases. Why not? Let's go for it. Right then, let's get into it completely. We'll start off because I don't know. I mean, you probably did talk about it on the watch along. I wasn't in right from the very start. But Alex, the team selection, we'd heard a lot. We'd heard some rumours, a possibility of a leak. Team was leaked before the game. No Tav, no Raskin. Yefte over on the left-hand side as well, which is where we wanted him to be. Were you surprised by the team lineup? The fact that Russell Martin, as I said during the watch along to you, and you read it out, that he talked the talk and he walked that walk as well.
Oh, shit, man.
I was very surprised, to be fair, Ian. I was very surprised that he actually went and made as many changes as he did. I thought it'd be 1 or 2, and that would be us. But the fact that he pretty much changed most of that team, seeing Max Aaron's at right back where he should be, Jeffy at left back, we dropped Dowell, we dropped Raskin, we dropped Danilo. The team just looked up for it, and I think it was very much a performance that we needed to see as fans, because after that performance against Motherwell, Fergie said it, there wasn't a lot of people standing. There wasn't a standing cheer game, because folk were just so downbeat the fact that we put in that performance. So he needed to show up tonight and say, this is a team I've got faith in. These are the ones that have listened during training. Show them what they've got. Go out there and do it. And they've done exactly that. And I'm so happy that it's actually worked, because so often than not, you can make one change and you watch a team fall apart, Ian. You actually made, 5, 6 changes, and it worked for the betterment of Rangers tonight.
It did indeed, and it was actually decent to see. I'm quite relieved. I know there was some chat between the Raskin. Should Raskin have been the one pulled out from that midfield, and we'll talk about it later. But Fergie, Alex makes some good points there, that it was good, and it was refreshing. It was good to see, and it was finally something that we've all wanted. So, how did you feel with that team starting team that you saw?
Shocked. Honestly, God, I was shocked, because we've all been there. So I don't know what the amount of people. There was some poll that came out about Russell Martin coming in, and it was 4% of Rangers fans were saying that's who we want. And since he's come in, he's talked the same way that Beale talked, the same way that Clement talked, and it's, going. I remember posting on YouTube saying, when Philip came in, I was like, this guy, I could listen to this guy all day. And honest to God, see when it got to the end, I was like, no, this is crap because he's talking. Is it still a member show?
No, public one now.
Oh, is it? Okay. Well, he's talking rubbish. And he was saying the same things over and over again and not doing anything to change it. And Russell Martin, for me, the way that he spoke on Saturday sounded like, oh, he's making a rod for his backyard because if you played football, I don't know if you've played football, and like I was saying during the pod, if you played rubbish, there was somebody else went to take your shirt and they got your shirt, and then all you had to do then was work as hard as you possibly could and wait for them to have a bad game and be right. Okay, well, you have to play well because the minute that you don't, he's getting your shirt, and that's what happened. That's what he done. You did not perform the way that I have asked you to do. So sit down. These guys are going to be asked to do the exact same thing that you did. If they can do it, you're sitting down until they can't. And that's what he done with 5 players. And I was elated to see the result of that happening. Brilliant.
It was a superb match all in, and it started well and it just got better. And by that first half, particularly, they were absolutely superb. I mean, they did die off a little bit towards the end, but I think that was more, we've got this game won, no need to take risks, and we'll go for it. But we had a new man starting, and it's been a long time. And I mean, I grew up watching. If you remind me what it is, then I can, but I can't see it from last night, and I didn't see it last night, so I don't know what to tell you. But we had a new man starting in Ant-Man, and I grew up in the 90s when players signed, they played the following game.
Off the plane and onto the park, yeah,
that's the way we want it. So Alex, having Ant-Man come in, fully fit, ready to go, done a pre-season, has played competitive games for Go Ahead Eagles. So what were you expecting from him, and did he live up to that?
I think when you watched Ant-Man when he first came in, so he came in and maybe the first 5 or 10 minutes, even maybe 15 minutes, he was a bit apprehensive on the ball. He looked like he was still trying to find his feet, and you thought maybe he's just a wee bit worried that he's got in. But then all of a sudden he just showed up, and he was so good. That front three, him, Dessers, and Gassama were brilliant tonight, and it was a front three that actually worked. Ant-Man shows that he's got the quality. See the runs he was making. He was leaving defenders for dust. And I was hoping that that's what we were going to see. But a lot of the time we said that, he's got the IKEA furniture to assemble, so he's not getting in for a while. But you can't buy a player for $4 million and not play him, Iain. And I think it showed that we've got a bit of quality here in Ant-Man. And we have to say thank you very much to Go Ahead Eagles, because he's a quality player. See if he does that against the teams in the league, we're going to get an abundance of goals from Gassama and Ant-Man. And if we get a striker like Dessers, who he doesn't always finish his chances, but see if he's in the right place, these boys are going to have a field day with assists, because look at the stats of Gassama last season, 7 goals and 13 assists, I think it was. The boy knows how to get an assist. And I just think that we've got a bit of a gem here on these front two. Said it during the watch along, for a change, they're finally not alone, that we're going to fall in love with, and they're going to go at the end of the season. We've bought these two, and they're just going to show the strength they've got for us, and it's so great to see.
Yeah, definitely. I'm very impressed with the start of him. I mean, I know that at the start, both of you and Fergie on the watch long saying he's a little bit tippy-tappy. He needs to wrap that and just get into it. Fergie, you didn't take long to stop doing that, though.
Well, do you know what? What was just going through my head there when you said, we bought these two? So, before we bought this guy, I know it's one game, right? But I think most of the bears out there will be thinking, we should stump up the money for Czerny. So if Czerny was playing tonight starting, you'd be kind of, well, what would he do? Maybe something quite similar to that. But remember how he started, and see what you're saying, see that apprehensive, that tippy-tappy that me and Alex saw during the game. Czerny was like that for quite a while, and then there was a big thing when he missed the goal against Leeds, and it was like, and he got it after that. It seemed to me that after 20-25 minutes of this game that boy got it, and I don't know what it cost us, 4 or 5 million, he split 22, 23, and to think that I was saying, oh, if we had 10 million to spend on Raksaki or Tierney, I would buy Tierney. So, to me, looking at the recruitment team, this boy looks as if he's a ready-made Rangers right winger, which has been beyond us, and he's not alone. He's young, he's hungry, and he's got. We can see he's got the ability. I think that goal that we scored. I need to look back still. It's hard to watch the game and do this at the same time. So this is the first time, but I'm pretty sure him and Gassama were linking up both on the left-hand side of the park, and it was all about go out there and play football like you know how to play football. And I'm excited about having two wingers. And what I'm excited about tonight is the system that we've been hearing about, the way that team was put together with him going straight into the team. It's like, we need you to make this system work. And it did. It was like the key to it. Dowell out, Tav out. That was the key. And the key turned. And I thought Rangers were brilliant. I think he was a huge, huge part of it. He should be so proud of himself to walk out of Ibrox in his first outing and perform like that. Brilliant.
Yeah, for his first game, it was something decent, and he did contribute a hell of a lot. Could have had a goal himself. We'll get to that, though, because first of all, the gas man does it again.
I was going to say, let's get to this guy. Is that what's that? 4 goals? And I don't even know.
We'll get to that. We'll stick with a third goal for now. So he's gone on with 2. It was his third Champions League game and manages to get his third goal in the first 15 minutes of the first half in this game. Some brilliant play, a nice, lovely little flick from Dessers Alex into Gasman, and he just puts it, curls it to the opposite corner. I would actually expect him to go near post, and he went to the opposite corner and just wraps it in, release all that tension that was around the ground, gets everybody up, 1-0 Rangers, and away he goes.
It's actually a great move, to be fair. You've got to give credit to Cyril Dessers, because he could have tried to hold that up and play it to, like we've done previously, he tries to hold it up and he'll play it to Raskin or, not Raskin, sorry, Rothwell, or deal in front of him rather than try to go behind. That flick was just, it was sublime. It was straight in the path of Gassama. Do you know what I liked the most about the goal, though? He didn't just lash it. He took a touch, composed himself, and he just curls it into the corner. Keeper doesn't even move for it. And this boy has well and truly announced himself at Ibrox, because 3 games into the Champions League qualifier and he's got 3 goals, and none of them have been the easiest of chances, because if he doesn't get himself in that position, he's not getting it. But it was a great position to get himself in. He just breezes past the defender, knocks it in the corner, and you did feel that, I think, Iain, that the wave of just, right, breathe. We've got the goal. Now can we kick on? And we certainly did kick on.
That we definitely did. I gave everybody, I think you said it yourself on the watch along, Fergie, it just seemed to give everybody a lift. The crowd, the players, everybody, you could see it had an effect just getting that goal. But I'll give you a chance to talk about the goal as well, just because, you're itching to do it.
Gas man.
But he is young, but he had a hell of a lot of composure to get into that position and not lash at it, not fly a foot at it. Controlled, lovely corner, no issues, nice and controlled. We have found something special, I think, in Gasman.
Do you know what? I'm going to go to the bookies tomorrow and place a bet and see what odds I get on this guy not scoring an absolutely shit hot goal. Because was it after 9 o'clock? Apologise. I think his first goal, when he went exactly, gave the keeper the eyes after Finlay Curtis has cut in and put it in the far corner, deflected. He's like, this is how you do it. Give the keeper the eyes, no deflection, bang. Keeper's rooted. And then that finish, the only place he could have put that ball in Greece was against that post. We hit up, foot over the ball, bang. And then tonight, and you're like, who is this guy? And if he's paid for himself already. And if he gets us into the Champions League with 3 goals in the qualifiers, I mean, do you think he's going to score in the next game? Because I'm definitely do. It's been a long time since we've had a player that you think, I thought he would score tonight, because he scores every other game. He's brilliant, and I don't know how we managed to get them for 2.5 million. I feel bad for Sheffield Wednesday, because we've been through that same shit, and They were all gutted. But
in fairness, it happened to us, so I don't think any reason we shouldn't go in and have a go at doing it ourselves.
No, absolutely. And do you know what? For the boy's career to come to Rangers, he's obviously coming from Sheffield Wednesday with the talent he's got to come to that. Do you know what I mean? He's obviously just went, wow. This I want a bit of this, and he's grabbed it.
Yeah, Sheffield Wednesday valued 10 million, wanted 10 million, but with their financial struggles, they had to sell him, and Rangers went in for 2.2, and they had no choice but to accept it. We've got an absolute gem in Gassama.
Put it this way: the transfer window's still open. How much could we sell him for?
Yeah, could probably. To be fair to him, the man has paid back and then some his fee already, and we haven't even really started the season yet. So it's been a long time since we've done that.
But you know what? Just to finish off my point, see the balance of having a partner, if you like, on the other wing instead of Kieran Dowell. And I don't want to bash Kieran Dowell. He's a better footballer than I am, maybe. But just seeing that balance, and Jeffy out in the left-footed player, it was a joy. It was a joy and a relief. I think you said that, Zoe. It was a relief to watch that tonight, going, right, okay, we can get on board with this, and I think the boys played a good part in it.
So, just so you know, people, we are going through the socials to try and find any Russell Martin interview, but as yet, it's not been posted up. So when we get it, we'll put it on. But
he's in there singing "Sweet Caroline."
But Alfie's not there to give us that line, though, that goes with it. That was superb. But Alex, Lyall Cameron comes in, impressed in his little cameo at the weekend, looked the business, got a shout out from the manager and the pressers as well, saying, come on, the energy, that's what he wants, gets his start. And it's a bit early to talk about players running into the first 15 minutes of the game, but that first 15 minutes of the game, half an hour, he was absolutely everywhere.
He had a point to prove, Lyall Cameron. He really did, because there was a lot of doubters for Lyall Cameron coming in from Dundee. He showed what he could do in that struggling squad of last year, but there was a lot of doubters that he was going to be able to come into this Rangers team and show what he had. We just showed you in half an hour exactly the player that Lyall Cameron is. Tried for the full game. He was everywhere, up and down that pitch. There was a moment where he just spun two defenders. They got the foul for it, but he spun two defenders and left them sitting. And we're going to see absolute quality. One thing that Lyall Cameron did, and it didn't work out for him, but the one thing he did that I was really impressed on, he got the ball. Instead of trying to find a pass, he had a dig. He tried to have a shot, it got blocked. But how many times do we see our midfielders getting in a position and they try and pass it away? He thought, this is my chance. I've got a goal in me. And he hit a shot. So playing in that midfield three, and a bit of a deeper role, because we're trying to play our midfield threes a bit deep. He was everywhere. He was everywhere. And we've got an absolute gem in Lyall Cameron. We've still got Theo Asgard to come in as well. We've got Mikey Moore to come in. There you go. Right as I'm talking about it, there you go. Theo Asgard and Mikey Moore to come in. This team is going to be absolutely cooking, because the players in this squad right now, there's a lot of young talent, raw talent, that is going to show exactly what they can do. Lyall Cameron can hold his head up tonight and say, I did my job. And I showed that, yes, he probably shouldn't have been taken out for Raskin. It could have probably been Deal that came out and Raskin stayed in. But he just showed that he's got a bit about him. And I really do like to say that a player that we got from Dundee and Lyall Cameron on a pre-contract, he run the show, and he's going to continue to do it. And he'll get strength to strength the more game time he gets, but quite clearly a fan favourite of Russell Martin that he's playing him.
Absolutely, and he could have a decent game. He got involved as well. He was putting crosses in. He was overlapping with Ant-Man at times. It was superb to watch. But then we get to that Ant-Man gets his first chance. Fergie, and the ball's played in a cross. I think, was it Gasman that managed to get to the line and get it cut in? It was, and then played it across. Ant-Man hits it, and it gets cleared off the line. For one fleeting second, I thought Dessers had cleared it off the line until you saw the replay from behind the goal, and it was a hell of a clearance from the defender, to be fair to him. But that just gave you a little snippet of Ant-Man beginning to get into the game.
I thought that's exactly what I was saying during the watch along. He grew into the game so well, and he's that comment for he doesn't know people's names or he's got IKEA furniture to do. Like, you don't need to know their names. You're just playing football and you play with that freedom. And, you know, it's a big stage playing at Ibrox. And I thought that how quickly he settled into that game and, you know, stopped that apprehensiveness, that tippy-tappy, and he started to find his teammates, and credit to his teammates, because I think they actually picked up, like, we need to get closer to him. We need to show him a blue shirt. And see, as soon as he's done that, he was popping off little passes and little layoffs that were millimetres from being a toe on it from the defender or not. But the confidence that he had to show up at Ibrox after getting off the plane at Glasgow Airport yesterday and play like that is amazing. But I did want to touch on Lyall Cameron, if I could.
Yeah,
so Lyall Cameron came from Dundee, and he's put Rangers' best player, 25 million, Belgium international, Kevin De Bruyne's best pal, out the team. And credit to Russell Martin, because he's went, you might be Nico Raskin, but this wee guy wants to play. So he's going to play, and he was amazing. So Nico Raskin has to pull his socks up and think, well, if this wee guy is going to run through brick walls, so do I. And that's what competition for places is. That's how you get good footballers. It's when there's a real competition. It's not, well, he's just going to keep playing Nico Raskin because I'm just a 22-year-old boy from Dundee. It's, Nico, sit down and let's see what this kid can do. And until you're better, you stay in that seat. And I'm so proud of Russell Martin for doing that.
Well, that's what he said. If you show the commitment, you show what you want, you're going to get in. Lyall Cameron's obviously done that. I mean, there was some rumours at the start of the season that the first thing the board and Thelwell tried to do was cancel the signing. They didn't particularly want him in the club. They didn't think it was a style of thing. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. We'll probably never know. But for God, I'm glad that they kept him in and carried on going with that. Sorry, getting distracted by Martin messaging me back for asking questions. Charles, I'm looking into it. All right, that's all I can say is I'm looking into it. Once I find out what's going on, we'll do what we need to do and we'll sort it. But we'll get there. We're still looking for the interview, and we're being told it's on our TV. We are looking for it. We've got X up. We're live, so we're just looking for it. And once it's there, we'll get it up, so to speak. And then Alex, it happened again. The link-up play between Gassama and Ant-Man just ripped Plzen apart. They went through the middle, quick one-touch passing, which is what we've been told that we're going to get. Comes through. Vidra, the captain, striker, being in the box, not the best place for a striker to be. They always get a bit confused. Little nudge in the back, foot in the way. Down goes Ant-Man. Penalty, and rightly so. Again, just showing the speed of turning defence into attack with what we've now got in that front three. It
was such a great effort, though, because you've seen that when you actually watch it back, if you look at Gassama, he's got three players around him. When he tries to play the ball, he manages to just turn, and then he gets the ball straight through to Ant-Man, and he's got one thing on his mind. That's just run at the defenders and go for it. And for whatever reason, they thought that what we'll do is we'll play our striker in defence, try and get him to tackle the ball. It just takes Ant-Man out, and it was a great bit of play. I just hope that he got a shot away a bit quicker, but he's done exactly what he needed to do. He got the ball into the box, and then he's took out. So they've got nothing. They've no complaints there because it's a definite penalty. They've took him down, and it's a penalty all the way. So Plzen have got only themselves to blame for that, but I do like the fact that, as Brian says, I do like the fact that it was Cyril Dessers taking the penalty, because we were talking about it in the watch law, me and Fergie, who takes it. So it's good to see Cyril getting in on it and actually getting the penalty, taking it, and just it was such a confident penalty. Right in the corner, not even any worries about it, sent the keeper the wrong way.
Yeah, and big CD9 doing what CD9 does best. I mean, that's 52 goals. Now he has scored for Rangers all in. Hang on 2 seconds. Something has happened there. I can't get into the starred comments, which is a bit of a bugger. Yes, I can. There they are. That we now have people saying that we shouldn't be getting rid of Dessers at all. We should be keeping him. Mr. Baseman saying that. Tonight is proof that we must not sell Dessers. Never thought I'd say that. And then also Tom Green saying that Dessers hopefully be starting ahead of Danilo from now on. I've got to say, and there was a lot of chat in this in our WhatsApp group as well, was never not confident that he was going to tuck that penalty away. Fergie, if you...
I know, I said to Alex in the kind of replay that as soon as the penalty was given, Dessers went, it's mine. That's what he done. He stood up and went, I'm taking that. Because if Tav's not in the field, I don't know if they've got it already decided, but he was like, I'm taking this penalty and I'm going to score it. And I don't get this Dessers thing, and I know I'm new to the podcast, so there's probably been years of opinions on Dessers and this, that, and the next thing. But tonight...
Love him.
Aye, so tonight, me and Alex were talking about the way that the play is different. That it's not 40 balls into the box or balls through where it's a half chance and loads of that. Dessers is a great footballer, in my opinion. And you saw the way that he hit. I think he played well tonight. And if it's that whole, if you throw shit at the ball, what's going to stick? I don't want to say he had too many chances before because that sounds stupid. But see if the chances are worked. He's the guy that can finish them. He scored 52 goals for Rangers in 2 seasons and 3 games. If anyone can tell me who's bettered that and not became a hero, Jelic, Buff, Kenny Millard, just I want to know who they are. But I think this system where it's not just loads of chances and he's missed 12 to score 1. If these chances will work for him, I think his conversion rate is going to go through the roof, and I would keep him. I don't like the fact that he's been relied on. I think he needs a new striker, whether it's Iggyman fit or somebody else bought in. I don't think Danilo is the man, but Dessers is a Rangers number 9 now. I think he deserves that moniker because he's done it again.
He's done it again.
The guy. He's done it again.
He's done it again, and I'm going to bring it up because it's obviously the members. We are here for the members, and Mark Doyle, a member for 29 months. That is mental. Alex is saying that the performance tonight must concern the Mankey mob. It's only going to get better as the players play together more and get used to the system. Is he right, or is this just another case of, as someone else has put in the chat, that we can get up for Europe?
Listen, we have to enjoy tonight. We've won 3-0, but I fully agree that we need to be showing this against Dundee on Saturday. It's all good in doing this against Plzen and winning 3-0, right? But see if we go to Dundee, I know they're coming to Ibrox, see if we play Dundee on Saturday and it's a shaky performance again, and it's the same 11 that start tonight, they play then, and it's going back to that performance, then it's a worry. See if we go out against Dundee, who, let's be honest, haven't had the greatest start to the season. It's only been 1 game. But if we go out and absolutely hammer them, then you think, okay, we're starting to build something now, but it can't be these players done well coming off the bench. They get their place back. It has to be the starting 11 that played tonight. They worked together. There was youth in there. There's pace in there. They're great finishing. So these players need to play again. I will celebrate tonight, but see if we do that performance week in, week out, then yes, they will get concerned because they think, well, we need to up our game every game as well. Now, there were some moments where we were under a bit of pressure, but everybody did their job. Everybody stuck to their task, and that's what I love to see. Everybody knew exactly what they were doing.
They did, and you spoke about it on it, and I put in comments about it. It's amazing what happens when you play a right back at right back, a left back at left back, a right wing at right wing, and the team feels nice and settled, Fergie. The balance of that team tonight was just perfect going forward. And if he keeps these players the same way, instead of bringing in, right, we're going to rest you because you've only been here for a day. We're going to rest you because you played 4 games in 3 weeks and whatever.
Right.
You said it in the watch along. It's a winning team Don't change it.
I don't change it. And I think, see that just playing a right back at a right back. There was a comment that you read out, Alex, that kind of epitomised all that. And it's not rocket science, and I know there's a lot of sports science, and that's what I said to you. The only reason they should change this if it's for loading or minutes and legs. But then I was kind of like, well, he's already done what we wanted to see, which was they don't know the load in the sports science of Ant-Man's legs. Just get on the park and play the game. It's football. Christ. I bet you have played five-a-sides, and we're old guys that smoke and drink and are not elite athletes. And we play for an hour without stopping, and we'll go, oh, bright red. And it's just like, just get on the park and play. And I think that's what Russell Martin's mentality was that I've got some players here now. I've realised that the whole Aaron's on the left and Tavernier doesn't work. Give Jeffy a shot. And he didn't play the role that I think what Russell Martin thinks one of his left back fullbacks is going to do. But he was going to do, Aaron's could do that there. Jeffy could do that there and put Tav out the team, because that's who was keeping Jeffy out the team. It wasn't Max Aarons. Max Aarons wasn't keeping Jeffy out that team. Tav was.
Yeah, definitely. Right.
And that's the problem that I think the fans, and I don't think that Russell Martin listens to the fans, but it looked like he picked a team that all of us wanted. And is this the time where a manager actually gets it? That let's not play the best players let's play the best team, and hopefully he gets it.
Yeah, exactly. Going forward, we'll see the weekend if that continues. But right now, we do actually have Russell Martin. We don't have him. He's recorded an interview already. It's not like he's just come onto the Rabble. If he wants to, anytime he's ready, we'll have him. But right now, we'll just play his post-match and see what the manager's got to say. Maybe. Perhaps.
Russell, a 3-0 victory. I mean, what a night. Just to sum up the performance overall.
Well, I'm so happy and proud of the players and the fans and everyone, the staff. It was a really good night for us. Energy, aggression, intensity, moved the ball quickly, and hopefully the players will feel a lot of evidence tonight of stuff that they can really do and do very well. So just a big difference. Distances in the team much better. The ball travelled quicker. Runners in behind. Way more runs in the top line. And big composure and courage. The only thing I'm disappointed with is my job to be really demanding of the guys. I felt the last 15 minutes we dropped the intensity a bit and had too much of the ball in our own half rather than theirs. But that's my job, to be really demanding of them to make sure we learn from certain things. And but it's been a really good night for us, especially after how we felt after Saturday. And now the test for us is to get ready and make sure we can put in a performance with similar energy and aggression and learn and improve again from tonight.
Yeah, did we see very early signs of what you want your team to look like?
Yeah, I said to the players, like, it's what it needs to look like more and more, and we will get better. So there was lots of stuff that we can definitely improve. But the learning they've taken from Saturday, the understanding of why we were disappointed, and what's really important, I'm so pleased with. And that's all you can ask. I think the process for us is to keep getting better and try and improve and learn and understand why we're doing certain things. And tonight they definitely did that.
2 goals for Gassama as well. Obviously scored home and away against Panathinaikos, so that's exactly the instant impact you want, isn't it? Yeah,
the front three were a real threat. So we had way more runs in behind, as I said. More penetration, more people looking to play forward. And we scored a goal from one winger to the other, which is a really nice goal for them guys. And we scored really quality goals today, actually, some really quality goals. And Cyril did a brilliant job attracting players, so other people could run in behind, took the ball in well. So I'm really pleased. We haven't been able to play Cyril from the start yet because he played one game against Middlesbrough, got a bit of an injury, so we've been managing him back to try and get him on the pitch from the start, and he did great tonight.
Yeah, that winger-to-winger goal, that third goal, did that just sum up and typify the attacking play tonight?
Yeah, we need more of that. So we need like the intensity for Gas to run to goal, for Ollie to run in behind, for Cyril to attract the defender. We need more of that. We need more real positive intent in that final third, and we saw loads of that tonight, so I'm really pleased.
Yeah, so many standout performances, Lyall Cameron, Djiga. I mean, you could go through so many, but Oliver Antman as well. I mean, he certainly announced himself to the crowd.
For him to play like that after 24 hours is amazing, and a long medical on Sunday as well. So, and the most pleasing thing is half time, he was so keen to get on the ball in the first half and found himself in the wrong position a few times, which we understand the first time. So Gilly, the assistant manager, spoke with him, showed him a few clips whilst I spoke to the rest of the team. He took it on brilliantly, and the goal, I have to give them credit, and Iain, the analyst as well. They watched the clips together, and it's a team effort, right? So you have to ask the players to take information on board, and that was really important information because it means we've scored a really good goal. So I'm really I'm delighted with them two members of staff, and I'm delighted with Ollie.
It's important to build on this now, just heading into Saturday as well.
Yeah, I think we have to listen. We have to make sure that we play with the same energy, the same aggression, improve again on the quality and some of the bits we had. But we have to make sure we're always like that. So Saturday now is a big test for us, and we need to make sure we learn again and improve from tonight.
God damn it. And I muted everybody as well. Apart from you muted yourself because you're a consummate professional. But Alex, again, you can't really disagree with anything Martin was saying and all of the rest of that. He's made his decisions. He's gone with it. The team played well tonight. They did go quiet that last sort of bit. But big talk for Ollie Ant-Man in that one as well. The fact that he's only been here 24 hours, and if he can play like that after one day, then we've got something special on our hands. And we've already talked about it, but he's not wrong.
I mean, he's definitely not wrong. I mean, he said it himself, you know, he's only 24 hours in the building. He's had a long medical, and the fact that he even acknowledged himself, listen, I want to get on the ball, but I was in the wrong places, and I can do a lot better. It showed in the second half. He was right up for it. There was no issue there with Ant-Man at all. He's going to be an absolute star for us, but Russell Martin knew he had to get this right, and he took a big risk starting Ant-Man, and I think that risk is well and truly paid off because he's talking about the players that we've got in, and I do like the fact that I agree with Aldo 100% there, by the way. Ant-Man has shown that he's got the quality. Young lad, and see if he's doing that after one game. What's he going to do after half a season? He is going to be unbelievable for us, by the way, and I just think that somebody like Ant-Man is going to be an absolute bargain for Rangers because he just showed the qualities he's got over and over again.
He has indeed did that. And Fergie, before I get you to talk about it, the legend that is the channel member of Jim Sloan in with a £10 super chat. Alex, watch along was out of this world with yourself and Aussie Jovi down the bottom. Well, I think he goes with Iggy Jovi, but we will stick to Aussie because obviously we've lost a big man, haven't we? So we'll stick to that for now. But yeah, channel legend that is Jim Sloan and Jim Two Belts, as we like to call him as well. Whether he will be by the end of this week, I don't know. And while we're at it, as we're talking about Ant-Man, Fergie, before we actually hear from the big man, and then we'll talk about somebody else. Russell Martin there saying that 24 hours, we've already talked about it, but 24 hours he gave something special. But his link-up play with Gassama and Dessers already, and some of the other players around him, it's like he's been at the club for the whole pre-season.
I think I mentioned that as well in the watch along, that maybe sometimes because he doesn't know, he's not sat in the tactics room and he's just been asked to go out there and play football, which is what good footballers do. They go out there and they play the game, and good footballers know how to play football with each other. And there was a real freedom to it, and I hope that doesn't get taken away in the tactics room, because that's what I thought after he got over that little tippy-tappy, and he was just like, let's play the game, let's have some fun. And the gas man, it's the gas man now, and it's definitely what it's been called. The gas man, the Ant-Man, it's just, you couldn't get any better. They were just having fun, I felt, and it was such a joy to watch. And it's been so long since we've seen players at Rangers that look like it's fun to play for Rangers. It's been a chore to watch. It's been a chore to play for. And it just looked like, let's get these boys on there, pull on the jersey and win the game. Be better than, we're better than you. That's the way that I was brought up as a Rangers fan, is that if we're better than you. And it was great to see them. Give me the shirt, take the photos, get me on the park, and let's have a game of football. And it was just so good to see. And I think the guy will take so much confidence from that performance, and credit to the rest of the team, by the way, because to play well enough to produce a performance like that, to kind of cradle that debut for him, was great. So it looks good for Ant-Man going ahead.
It does. Looks good for him going forward. And why not just finish this little bit off by hearing from the superhero that is Ant-Man himself. If we can, Alex, let's go for it. It's just the still.
There we go, mate. Let's go.
Oliver, a debut for you tonight. You've only just come in the building, but how special was it for you today?
Yeah, very, very special to play at Ibrox in front of all these amazing fans, and great atmosphere, and Champions League match. So it's and a great win. So it couldn't be better.
Yeah, what did you make of the performance from the squad?
Yeah, very good, very good. I think we played some really good football. Created some good chances. Defended well. We were very aggressive. There was not really many bad things. So very positive.
Yeah, and for you, how do you feel after it? Because you could obviously see, like, you're so early in your time here, but those relationships were already there on the pitch, and you slotted in sort of seamlessly in there.
Yeah. To be honest, I've only been in the building around 24 hours. Yeah. I don't know as much about things as the other boys about tactics and all of this, but it felt good. I think it's when you have good players around you, it's easy to play, and it just worked out.
Yeah, for the team to have 3 goals to take over to Plzen next week, how key can that be for the group? Because obviously the ambition is to get through to the next round.
Yeah, I think it's very important. But I think that the job is also not done yet. 3-0 is good, but it could have been better. It could have been 4 or 5-0. So job is not done, but it was very, very good result.
Not making that mistake again. I think he's. I don't think he's overawed by what's happened tonight, but I think he's now appreciated what Ibrox is as a stadium. It would be massively different from Go Ahead Eagles. I know they'll play in places like Ajax, Feyenoord, and PSV, but to do this week in, week out with a crowd, I don't think it's going to faze him, and I can't wait to see what the season holds. But before we talk about the second half, Alex, I just want to ask about one of the most bizarre bookings I've ever seen in my life. Nico Raskin, not even on the pitch, warming up on the side, don't know what he's thinking of, goes over, grabs hold of, or just lightly touches the Plzen player and picks up a yellow card without actually playing a minute of football at this point. It was just bizarre.
Oh, it's just silly for Nico. I mean, he's obviously really thought about it, but he's interfered with play. You're stopping the man taking a quick throw, regardless of what theatrics you want to see from the Plzen player. Getting involved in any sort of play is going to result in a yellow card. And he kind of puts a target on his back because he came on, and after his first challenge, the referee was already giving him a look, and you're thinking, right, Nico, behave yourself because you've got the booking. But again, he's shown that he can play on that booking because he was just everywhere again. But it's one of the weirdest bookings you're going to get. He's not done anything wrong. He's not done anything wrong in terms of he's not thrown the ball away. He's not booted it. He's not stopped the player going, because the player's got the ball in the hands ready to throw it anyway. But the referee decides, no, you've touched him. That's a booking. So we spoke about it during the watch along, and we spoke about how it might have stopped his chances getting on. It didn't, and he got on anyway. But it could have had a massive impact on Russell Martin not picking Nico Raskin to even get an opportunity tonight. So it was a bit of a worry, but at least he got on and showed that he could do something about it.
Yeah, Fergie, the only problem with that booking, though, is he did pick one up against Panathinaikos as well. I don't know when these bookings get wiped. I don't know if they're wiped at the end of every round, or if this goes into until they get to the Champions League or what. But if it's not wiped soon, he's already 2. I don't know how many more you get before you get a suspension in the Champions League. He's just putting himself in a position he doesn't need to be in.
Do you know what? I see if I was Russell Martin, and this isn't for effect, I would have sent him down the tunnel at that moment, for putting himself in that position where, so if you're a football player and you're on the bench, you're needed, you are a tool, you are a weapon, you are part of that team. And if I was Russell Martin, I wouldn't have put him on the park. And if you can ask any football manager, if you think of Alex Ferguson, if he had some player that get dropped because they didn't perform and they were called out publicly that their ego was that sort of, people think it kind of aimed at him, and then get a booking from the side of the park with a bib on, I would have sent him down the tunnel and he wouldn't have been playing in that game tonight. No way. Because putting him on, if we'd went down to 10 men, which, Alex, that was close. When, he was putting his foot in, trying to prove his point. I mean, that mistimed, it could have been off. It could have been 3-1. It could have been 3-2. I'd have put him down the tunnel. But I love Nico Raskin. And that's what I love about him. But I think it showed that when we were talking about he should be our next captain, that maybe we were a wee bit apprehensive in thinking that mentality is the right one to lead our team, because I think that was the most uncaptain-like move to make. I don't know what people think in the comments about that, but great player, but has he got the hump a wee bit about getting dropped? And I don't think that any player should be doing that, and I think he should get to set down the tunnel. I'm just saying. By the way.
But I mean, we won't dwell on that one though, because we are here for the positive side of things. It was one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen. Put himself in a position he didn't need to be in, but never mind. But I don't think there's not a lot of love for what you're saying. You're getting the red card. You've been asked to be put on timeout. Oh, it's but everyone's got their own opinion, and that's what's the most important thing. That's why we're here, and that's why we do what we do. We get into the second half, and Alex, it didn't take long for Gasman to get his fourth goal in 4 Champions League games. And again, that Ant-Man, what a ball was played into him, by the way. And then the man's got some speed, and he said before he came, he likes to run, he likes to trick, he likes to get the ball in, he likes to set up goals. He did that tonight, not a bother. Straight across, there's Gasman coming in, and bang, 3-0. And at that point, there's somebody who in the watch long had put it'll be 5-0. It looked on at that point.
It definitely looked on. I mean, when we were watching the game, there was a great connection between Aarons and Ant-Man. He just seemed to ping the balls down that line, and Ant-Man knew exactly where he needed to be, and it was a perfectly weighted pass to get him down that line. And you think, try and cut in, take your man on, and he just puts it on a complete plate for Gasman. He just goes, here you go, hardly has to move. It's straight at him. The defender's nowhere to be seen, and it's the coolest header you're going to see. Just taps it in the back of the net, and it just shows that these two are going to have some connection, because Ant-Man knows where he's going to be in that middle, and they've not even played. He's been here 24 hours, and he knew where he was going to be, what they're going to do in a couple of months when they're getting this connection week in, week out. So I think that the Gasman is definitely showing the qualities he's got. I mean, he didn't have the greatest game at the weekend, but see, getting this time and the connection players around him, we're seeing that creativity, Iain, and we've missed that for so long, haven't we? On that side, it's always been one side's got, like we had Cherney last season, then we had Abdallah Sima. We've not had two wingers on each side that have gone, let's get a connection here. Strikers go in the middle, but we don't need them. We can do it together, and it's just great to see, because it showed that all three players up front got involved. Gassama with a double, Dessers with a goal, 2 assists, not an assist, sorry, for Ant-Man, and these three will just continue to grow and grow. And I think it's just going to get strength to strength. But for a boy that's only been in the door 24 hours, what a player we have in our hand here.
Indeed, and Buffalo Alberts is just saying that Ant-Man was marvelous, which is superb. I like the play on words; it's brilliant. Marvelous, love it. Alex gave him nothing, no sold that whatsoever. Tom Green with a £5 super chat, just a blue heart, and I think that's all of us tonight. Just a blue heart. We've all got it. We all love it. But overall, for that game, I think there's one person we do need to talk about. and he was in the heart of our defence. And the good thing about everything with it is the big man himself, Djiga. Fergie, I don't get worried when he touches the ball, even if he takes a misstep and miscontrols it or whatever. He's just there. He's just massive. He's got speed. He gets back in. He's got no problems. Confident. And at one point, like, you were worried because he was hitting the floor, smacking his hand on the floor before he busted his ankle, and then he just gets up, takes the free kick, and he's just whatever. We have. I mean, I know he's on loan, and you shouldn't fall in love with a lone player, but I think we are.
I think that's what I said in the watch along, that he's the one that's going to be the lone player this year that we fall in love with, because he's a class act, and he's a defender that loves to defend. I don't know if that's a cliche or not, but he just loves to defend, and he's fast for the size of him. He's fast. He's knows where to be. I think he'll make John Souttar better. I know there's a big debate about should John Souttar be there on the wrong side, but the guy's a class act, and he is a brick wall. And it looked to me like he was hurt, and I was scared that it was going to be, oh no. But the guy's an absolute mountain, and I think that calm and the way that we want to play, we would need him. We need him, and if he gets injured, oh God. But he's a great player, and I think he's going to be the lone player that we all fall in love with and go, oh, can we pay 15 million for him at the end of the season? And we can't. So I think we should just enjoy him while we've got him. Brilliant player.
Well, you say we can't, but what if we get to the Champions League and we make the money, then why not? But Alex, he was just everywhere from the first attack they had when he was on the floor and still managed to clear it and get it out of the box. Sometimes he did have a little dodgy touch, but he gets back in. He's so quick. Again, I think he did exactly the same as what he did on Saturday and covered a Souttar's side at one point as well. And just, for me, outside of Ant-Man for his 2 goals and Lyall Cameron for the game he had, if you were picking a man of the match, he couldn't have been far off it.
No, listen, Nasser Djiga was one of our better centre-backs. He did something that not many of our centre-halves do. Carried that ball in midfield and he just went on a run, and you thought, oh, no, he lost it, and you think, oh no, we're going to get caught out here. Big man was back in defence before you knew it. He just sprinted back, straight into position, scooped the ball up and went, right, let's go on another run. So, for me, Djiga is going to be unbelievable for us this season. He looks like he's not easily bullied off this ball at all. And it was great to see he's got some amount of strength on him, but he's good at the recovery. He's good at getting in the way, putting blocks in. So, for me, he's just going to be going strength to strength. I think that if we can get him with Fernandes, with Souttar, see what the two have got for connections, he's going to be that one player. And I agree with Fergie. He's going to be the lone player that we fall in love with this season, because he's just got everything that we want to see in our centre half. Quick, strong, tall. He can get a ball out. He's got a pass in him. But he doesn't sit there and moan if he's made a mistake. Gets straight back up, back in the tackle, makes up for it, and then gets the ball going again. But he doesn't look like he gets put under pressure either. There's a lot of times when he looks like he's put under pressure, he just turns and passes it away or just hoops it. And that's what we need to be seeing. Because if you're under that pressure, you think, I'm going to lose this here, punt it up the park or punt it out for a throw-in, get the ball gone. And that's what he's been doing. And it's just great to see.
Has been great to see, and it's what you want from your centre back. Just have that calm in nature. I will say we have 561 people watching. We're at 198 likes. That's not too bad, not too shabby at all. And we haven't really asked. I know we've got the thing scrolling at the bottom, but we haven't asked for any. I was going to say let's get us to 200, but we could probably do better than that. So let's see how high we can get. 199, we're nearly there. Anyway, Fergie, there's a comment we've got here. From Ian White saying, from tonight's game, Aaron can't play a left back ever again. He looks average at left back, but tonight he was really good at right back. I've seen other comments flying through saying that he was a bomb scare. He was average. He wasn't great. I thought he was very much improved compared to other games we've watched. But Maxi Aarons, as Tom the commentator likes to call him, on the right hand side, I don't think he did anything wrong tonight, really.
I don't think he done anything wrong. Max Aarons at right back versus James Tavernier at right back is the two players that should be fighting out for that position. the reason that there's an issue about Max Aaron's coming into Rangers is that he's been playing at left back. So is he better than Jeff? So he might not have the best game at right back, but he's better there. James Tavernier is better at right back. So we were having a laugh about his voodoo doll because it doesn't matter who comes in at right back. It seems to be that James Tavernier is the man that is going to take that mantle. But he shouldn't be playing across the pitch just because what his name is or who he is or whatever it is. I think that he's a good player, but the balance of the team was what was important tonight, and him being at the other side created that balance. And that's what's important, regardless of how he plays, regardless of how good he is, or whether Tavernier's better. But that's a different discussion. But he needs to be on that side of the pitch because otherwise it's lopsided. So I think he done well. Tav stuck his voodoo pin in his thigh, so we'll see how that works out and how long that lasts. But Tavernier and Max Aaron should be fighting it out for the right back berth. It shouldn't be, and Jeffy and somebody else should be fighting it out at the other side, and that's what will keep the team ticking over in defence the way that they played tonight. That's the only thing that matters.
And Alex, he did play some from decent passes, and particularly for that third goal, that ball from Aaron's into Ant-Man, just put him into that space, run onto that, which is something we missed at the weekend because it was all balls into feet. Aaron spotted the space, knew that Ant-Man's got the pace, and then he runs, and that's where we get the goal from. I thought he was much improved. I know there's people that are going to not like him because of the way he has started. And when we said it on watch-alongs as well, I mean, the first Panathinaikos game, we said he just looks like he's walking about and he's too big to be here. So maybe he's starting to realise that he has to put some effort in, but he's played in his natural position and just looks night and day of a player than before. He's still got some bits he needs to work out. That's probably why he's here on loan, but much improved from Irons tonight.
100% it's much improved. See, when you look at it, and I hate to say it because Tavernier's been a great servant for the club. Yes, you can say that his trophy haul's not been the greatest, but when Tav came on, the game slowed down a bit. We looked like we were just trying to shut up shop. We were trying to just kill the game off, ruin any chances for Plzen. But Max Aaron's, as we said in the comments, he got the assist for the third goal. He got the ball through for it, He actually looked a lot more comfortable. He was able to get the ball forward. He was there for tackles. He was doubling up with Diamande. He looked like he was a lot more comfortable on the ball. Jeffy was coming inside. They were able to get in. They were moving about. I just think, for me, we looked better with Max Aaron's. Just unlucky he went off for that injury, but he will grow into the team. He'll grow into it. They're still trying to learn tactics and ways that we need to go forward. We can't just say after one game we've been playing it right back, he's a bomb scare, he can't play there. No player's going to go through a game and be flawless and not put in mistakes. You're going to make mistakes as a professional, and he did that, but he looked a lot more comfortable at right back than he is at left back. We know teams were going out on the outside on him because he couldn't defend. They weren't doing that tonight. They were trying to cut in the middle, go through Jeffy's side because he's on that booking. So to say that Max Aaron is more of a bomb scare, I disagree. I think he played a lot better at right back, and I think he'll go to a lot more strengths playing in that position.
Indeed, he will. I think, and that took us all the way through. Really, nothing much else happened. We had a couple of moments. Plzen had a couple of moments. We got to the end of the game. We've got the game. We won 3-0. We go over to Czechia, as they like to call it now, with a comfortable lead. They're going to have to come out. We can exploit the spaces in the back, so that'll be superb. As the little banner down there does say, you can join the Rabble members community on YouTube and Patreon. The links are in the description of this. Whether you're on your phone or on your laptop, the link description will be down there. So there's £1.99 per month. So, less than a coffee. Go for it. And you can get access to loads of extra content if you're not already a member. It was 5 shows yesterday, 5 shows today. We've got more tomorrow. We've got Martin back in the morning at 10 o'clock with his morning rabble. Then we'll have the afternoon rabble with Martin. I was actually looking at the schedule, and then again he distracted me. So I will just get that up so I know what we're doing. Tomorrow it is, what day is it tomorrow? Wednesday. Martin and Brian on tomorrow, and then Wednesday night, I don't think there's anything. I don't see anything in the schedule for Wednesday night. So whether it's a Martin and David show, because it was the Rabble reports last week, so have a look out for that. That's usually around about 6, 7 o'clock. We'll be there, but just keep an eye for Martin. He'll tell you everything tomorrow. If you wouldn't mind hitting that like button, I think we have made it up to 231. 231. That's not too bad considering we were just under 200 a couple of minutes ago. But a very successful evening had. We have done that. We move on to Dundee. And if we play like that on the weekend, we are going to smash them out of the park. And it'll be an absolute superb weekend. But we'll get there when we get there. And you'll see everything. Watch-alongs will be back. Alex will be there. Are you doing it with Connor at the weekend? Or
Indeed, I mean, Connor, the dynamic duo, will be back. So it'll be a Laurel and Hardy for your watch-along against Dundee.
And then I will be back on Thursday for Rabble Slam. There you go. The wrestling, Rabble wrestling thing. So if you're a wrestling fan, there's more content you can watch. So there you go. We have loads of it. But anyway, for tonight, Fergie, Alex, thank you very much for joining me in here tonight to talk about all that and a nice positive one to have. Maybe we should keep Martin away from the pods more often. And we will see you somewhere else.